What's up everyone and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another KeyForge tournament video for you. This time we're at the Dragon in Milton, Ontario. And this video is brought to you by these people that support the channel over at patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. Thank you so much for the donations. If you'd like to support our work we do here, you can click the link in the description below and head on over to Patreon and donate. Alright, we have myself on the left and another gentleman on the right. I somehow misplaced the names of the players from this tournament, so I don't know all the players in the video, and some of them I only met for the first time at the tournament, so I apologize. But it looks like a Niffle to start on the right, and then a Smash and a Troll on the left here for myself. I am playing, looks like Brobnar, Untamed, and Sanctum. My opponent is playing Untamed, Brobnar, and Dis. Now we have an Anger. It's going to ready up that Troll that just got stunned, or ready up the Troll, and hit the Niffle, sorry, that just got stunned. And Niffle's gone to the discard pile. Troll takes 3 damage. And thank you for tuning in here. If you're new here to the channel at Rob's Gaming Table, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And slap that like button on these KeyForge videos if you want to see more and help other people find them. And that helps the channel grow. And if you notice any rules goof-ups or any constructive criticism at all, feel free to leave it in the comments below of this video on YouTube. So my opponent's playing Tremor here. Brobnar card, action. It's going to stun both of my creatures, and then he throws out a cannon. That has the action, it can deal 2 damage to a creature. It looks like I have a couple cards from Sanctum, a couple cards from Brobnar, and a couple cards from Untamed in hand, so it's that awkward situation of like, where do you want to go? And then you look at the board, and all I have is 2 Brobnar creatures, and they're stunned, and nobody to fight or anything. So it's like, what do you do here? So I go Inspiration just to ready and use a friendly creature to literally get off a stun. Not the greatest thing in the world, but I did throw down a round table there to get an Amber, and that is the artifact out of Sanctum that gives my knights, friendly knight creatures, I believe, +1 power and taunt. So on the other side we have the Dis action Pandemonium played to get an Amber. It has that play ability, each undamaged creature captures 1 Amber from its opponent's side. So he did nothing on that, but I should have read that card. Now that I'm seeing it, the undamaged Smash on my side should have captured the Amber he got from playing Pandemonium, because he gets that Amber first on the card. Then he would have an Amber for when the card's effect actually goes off. And Smash would have captured an Amber. Now Succubus is on the board, so is Life Ward. Life Ward getting him an Amber. And in the future, he can trigger that Omni ability on Life Ward, the artifact there, and make it so I can't play creatures on a future turn. And Succubus is basically sucking the amount of cards I can hold in hand from me, so I can only draw up to 5 cards for now while he's there. And for Brobnar turn here, I'm throwing down another Smash that stuns Succubus, and it looks like a Looter Goblin. Was a Juicy Reap ability, enables me to gain Amber every time a creature, every time an enemy creature is destroyed during a fight on the turn he reaps, I believe is what that says. This looks like I use a Troll again to fight Succubus, get him out of there. I don't need him choking my hand. And now an Unguarded Camp, so I'm going to capture up to 4 Amber. He only has 2, and I can put 1 per creature, but it's how many creatures I have excess of my opponent and capture that much Amber. And I'm up to 3 Amber. He's now back down to 0. So I have more KeyForge videos coming up on the channel, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I do have 2 more games, I believe, maybe 3 from this tournament recorded. Then I have 2 to 3 other tournaments that I went to recently in the last few days that I grabbed a few videos from at each of those. So we can see the journey of the deck I played at those tournaments, how those went through the tournament. So yeah, lots more KeyForge coming up. So we got Brobnar on the other side. Screech Bomb hitting the board there. That's the artifact. You can sack that. It's an Omni, and your opponent loses 2 Amber. Now take that, Smarty Pants. That's the play ability. Steal 2 amber if your opponent has 3 or more logos cards in played. But obviously that's not going to apply here. But he does get an amber from it. Very situational card, obviously. All right, can I get to putting the pressure on and getting the 6 amber here finally to the point of forging a key. The deck I am playing here has a very high amber generation, can usually get to its first key by like turn 2, 3, 4, maybe at the latest. But it seems to be a really slow going here. Might be because I'm seeing the Brobnar earlier in the game rather than the Untamed. But we do have a Dux Pixie there, starting to fuel the amber generation. A Fuzzy Gruen, give my opponent an amber, but I also get 2 from it. And then that one card, I believe that destroys all elusive creatures. But there are none, so I just gain amber from that. So now I just shot up to 8 thanks to Untamed, doing what it does, generating amber. And putting the pressure on my opponent to try to get that first key. We can see my opponent's holding a Gateway to Dis in hand there. So at some point, he will just blow my board up. Which is probably why he's not really putting creatures out. Or when he does, it's only 1. I mean, maybe that's all he has. And I keep destroying it to keep it empty. But that's just making it easier for him to play that Gateway to Dis. So he's going to put a Dust Imp out in play. Which, when it's destroyed, it gains 2 amber. And most likely he's doing that because he's just going to pop the Gateway. Here we go. Pop the Gateway to Dis. He's going to get 3 chains. He'll get 2 amber back off the 2 creatures I had there that captured the amber. And then he'll get 2 off the Dust Imp. So he'll shoot up to 6. And wipe my board completely. And he could pop the Life Ward here to prevent me from playing creatures on my next turn. Which I think would not be a bad play at all. So we're just trying to figure out how he's going to track chains here. He's going to use that die we see at the top of the screen there by his deck. Looks like he's debating the Life Ward. He is going to pop the Life Ward, so I cannot play creatures on my next turn. And that's going to be it. He's in check. I do forge my first key here for 6. So I'm ahead in the key race right now. So now I got to think, what do I have faction-wise here that I can play the most cards that aren't creatures or discard cards? Oh, and we see he just drew up to 6 when he should only drawn up to 5 and lost a chain. So we discussed that what I've had done to me in tournaments before is the opponent will just say, you know, discard a card at random from the hand, shuffle it back into the deck. I'm not sure if there's an official way. If there's an official way to deal with that when someone overdraws, please leave it in the comments below how you guys are solving that problem. Because it should happen right there. I know in a tournament recently, my opponent hadn't even forged any keys yet. We're still really early in the game. I just let him just start taking the chains on the next turn, as he had 3 chains to do. So I figured there's definitely going to be 3 more rounds in the game. It was still very early. So I figured he could just start his chains on the next round. But yeah, if it's late in the game, then I don't know. I'd probably do what we just did there, is make my opponent has to lose 1 out of hand somehow. So looks like Gauntlet of Command. I discard a couple cards there. 3 amber. Yeah, definitely not being able to play creatures there. Definitely slowing me down a turn, that's for sure. And now we see he's got a Hunting Witch in hand, a Giant Sloth, a Witch of the Eye. He's probably going Untamed here. Just seems like the right play. So, of course, starting with the Hunting Witch. And he's going to get you an amber for each other creature you play. So a Witch of the Eye's coming in, getting him an amber off the Hunting Witch. Then a Giant Sloth getting him an amber off the Hunting Witch. Giant Sloth, you cannot use this card unless you have discarded an Untamed card from your hand this turn. And he has that juicy action, gain 3 amber. And he's a big 6 body. So Screech Bomb, just to make me lose 2 there. It is an Omni. You can pop it on any turn. And that's going to be it for him this turn. He does have his first KeyForge. His keys are the quarters, the Canadian quarters we're going to see at the bottom of the screen there. So he's got one KeyForge. He's going to put out a quarter every time he forges a key. And now he's down to one chain left. So here's the problem. He popped Life Ward. I can't play creatures last turn, so I have nothing on the board ready to fight any of these guys. I don't know how much direct damage I have in this deck, but it doesn't look like I really have any in hand. So looking at my hand, I do see I have a Nature's Call to return up to 3 creatures back to hand. But then you don't really want to do that against a Hunting Witch. So, like, do I just return Giant Sloth and Witch of the Eye? But instantly I see Witch of the Eye out there. I start panicking a little, thinking he could just bring back, like, Gateway to Dis or something. I don't know. Life Ward, maybe. He could bring back something that's, like, really punishing to me there. And it looks like I just throw Protectrix, Sequus, and a Sequus into play. And they're all +1. Because they're all knights, and they all have taunt. So +1 power. But the problem is I've left Hunting Witch out there for another turn, a Witch of the Eye out there for another turn, and a Giant Sloth. Who are all really dangerous. He's going to discard a card. He's going to discard a Nature's Call. Which is kind of crazy. You discard that, just get 3 Amber off the Giant Sloth. It's like, you don't want to leave that Giant Sloth out there for too long. You don't want to... Same with Witch of the Eye and Hunting Witch. They're all cards you'd never want to see on the board for more than, like, a round. And because of that Life Ward, he really got me there, and I wasn't able to get anything out to deal with them right away. So it looks like he's debating which card to take back from his discard pile if he does Reap with Witch of the Eye. He's going to return Nature's Call after Reaping with Witch of the Eye. I don't know if he took the Amber there on the Reap, though. He may have missed that, but he gained the Amber off Nature's Call there from playing it. It's back up to 6 already. Giant Sloth doing work. And a Reap with the Hunting Witch, putting him, I think, up to 7 there. And you saw him play that Nature's Call to return all my creatures back to hand. So again, he's going to slow me down. I have no way of dealing with these, the Witch of the Eye, the Hunting Witch, and Giant Sloth yet. So he's lost his last chain. So yeah, Life Ward and Nature's Call doing some work here. Plus Gateway to Dis. And as all you guys know, if you can keep a Hunting Witch on the board, a Witch of the Eye, and a Giant Sloth, and your opponent has nothing to deal with them, yeah, that's a tough one. So he is in the spot to forge his second key, and I'm only sitting at 2 Amber. So I got the first key lead, but I'm definitely falling behind now. So I might as well just name Sanctum. Looks like I drew a few more Sanctum cards. And he threw those other ones back to hand, so I might as well just try to unload my hand here. So 2 Protectrix this time. And the 2 Sequus. Looks like I have Sergeant Ezekiel this time, so I'm going to throw him into play. Stand up Sequus. And he's going to fight. So now, here's an important decision. Witch of the Eye or Hunting Witch? What do you kill? I chose Hunting Witch here, and I think that was the wrong choice. I think Witch of the Eye should have been the target there. After what I saw he just did to me with Nature's Call, and knowing he has Life Web in there, and, or sorry, not Life Web, Life Ward, and a Gateway to Dis. And the second Sequus on the board. Now he's forging his second key. But yeah, I definitely think the Witch of the Eye is what I should have went for there. Because what I also didn't think about is how Witch of the Eye can get a card back from the discard pile, which could be the card you throw away for the Giant Sloth's ability to allow him to get 3 Amber. And I totally missed that in the game I was playing. But now sitting here, hindsight 2020, right? I'm able to see that that is a mistake I made for sure here. And he could just get that Hunting Witch back even. But whatever he takes, he could just discard it. So he's just going to grab the Niffle Ape. And he just discards the Niffle Ape. Doesn't really matter as long as it's an untamed card. And he's going to use the Giant Sloth. And gain 3 Amber from that. And he's at 4 Amber just like that. 2 keys forged. And he's definitely ahead now. Coming close to ending the game out here. But can I get back into this after those rough turns? So here we go. Finally get my Harder They Come and get to purge the Giant Sloth. Too bad I didn't see that a couple turns ago when I was naming Sanctum to get rid of that Giant Sloth. Because that Giant Sloth definitely got him at least 6 Amber this game. I think 6. Not 9, but yeah. So whole key from the Giant Sloth. Now I got a Witch of the Eye standing there, staring down 5 knights. So I'm going to reap with 2 Protectrix. So Sequus is going to fight the Witch of the Eye. Let's kill her. Take a couple damage back, thanks to armor. And just going to try to reap here with the other knights. Do a little bit of capture from the Sequus pair there that are doing the reaping and do capture. So that should put me up to 6 there. Check for my second key. Hoping he doesn't have a way to throw me off that key. He's got 2 amber right now, so I have a little bit of breathing room, maybe. He's got nothing on the board other than the cannon. And we see he's sitting on a Coward's End in hand. So not only does he have Gateway to Dis to wipe your board and follow up with a life ward, but he also has Coward's End to do the same thing, destroying all undamaged creatures, which is 4 on my board right now. So he can easily get that captured amber back anytime he wants. And he's going to throw a Dust Imp out there that flows right into that board wipe deck style. Oh, and here's Schuler. I have 4 more amber, so he is going to steal 1. And that Dust Imp dying and gaining 2. So, I mean, when you have your resets in your own deck, Dust Imps are great. And a Mind Barb, so you can gain amber off that. And then discard a card at random from my hand. And it's going to be a Dust Pixie. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. I need to get back into this. I need as much amber as I can. And this deck I'm playing doesn't have much control. It has like a couple Sequus, as you see, to capture amber. And then a couple of those unguarded camps you saw me play earlier, which I definitely got the one too early in the game. It'd be nice to get one when he was, you know, about to forge. But that's all really the control, the amber control in this deck. It's really slow at that. It's just really a rushy deck and a board control deck. And when I don't have a board of my own, I can't really get anything going. And yeah, I can't really slow my opponent down. I just have to race faster than them. That's the style of deck this is I'm playing here. So he got me out forging a key. He's sitting at 5. So he's not quite in check yet, it looks like. He might be. His card's a little bit off screen, but I'm pretty sure he's not in check yet. Now, if I could have forged there, then there was a chance. I think that I could get back into this and possibly win it. But let's see if I can control him enough so he can't get into check next turn. And buy myself some extra turns. Maybe if I get another unguarded camp going. So we got a regrowth here. Gets me an amber. And might as well grab, I would assume, a Dust Pixie. I'm on Untamed. I don't think there's really any creatures that could help me get him off of amber. So I might as well just get my own amber going. So I'm going to take 2 from that. Go up to 9, I believe. And we got a Niffle-Ape in play. And a Nature's Call. Now, I return my own Dust Pixie. The problem is I want to return Schuler. I want to return his whole board, but the problem is Schuler's just going to come back in and steal 1. But I really should have did Schuler anyway to get that upgrade off of him. That is a Flame Wreath. He gets +2 power and gains Hazardous 2. So there's Dust Pixie again coming into play, gaining 2 amber. Not sure if I gain 1 off the regrowth there. I might have an extra amber stacked up there on top of another one. I'm not sure. Maybe not. I think I counted right. Looks like I'm at 11 amber. So I'm just trying to get in this thing as fast as possible. Or trying to catch up as fast as possible here. So like I said, he's sitting on that the Coward's End. So at any point he wants, he can just blow my board up. So he has a Lupo the Scarred in hand that could come into play, deal 2 damage to a creature. Looks like he's got a Headhunter. Got that Dust Imp that I threw back to hand. I think he has 2 Dust Imps now in hand. So that might be 3 he has in the deck. Which is great if you can see those on the board before you blow the board up. And the problem is if he does blow up the board now, he'll get the 2 Amber back that I have captured on my creatures there. And that'll definitely put him in check for the next turn. I don't know if I have another Unguarded Camped in hand there. I couldn't see. That's really, I think, my only way of getting him off Forging a Key if he does do that plan here. But he probably sees my giant Amber generation and realizes he has to close this out as fast as possible, or there's a chance I could get back into this and possibly win. So he throws down a Gauntlet of Command. That's the ready and fight with a friendly creature action on the artifact there. So he's going to use Cannon to do 2 damage to his own Schuler. Next level play here. So now he's setting up that Coward's End so that he keeps a creature in play. I definitely should have returned Schuler back to hand. That is for sure. With that Nature's Call, I should have done it. I did the Sergeant Ezekiel thinking I could play him out in the future, ready and fight with a creature, or do something cute there, but that was not the best play for sure. I also clogged up my draw to draw through my deck. So he does blow up the board, get the 2 Amber back off the captured creatures there, keeps his Schuler in play, throws out a Valder and a Headhunter. And I do forge my second key here. 5 Amber still remaining. But he's sitting on, I think, 7 over there. And I'm going to quickly look through my cards here, see if there's anything I can do. But from this point of view, it does not look like I have any way to get him off of that Amber. And yep, that is it. So definitely the board wipes into the Life Ward. Huge play, slowed me down there. But really, I think the mistake ultimately was on me killing the Hunting Witch instead of the Witch of the Eye that allowed him to cycle cards, feed the Sloth. That was my mistake looking back at it now. So I definitely should value that Witch of the Eye over the Hunting Witch. That's the pro tip you learn from this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot, guys.